Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning. It's Sunday. It is Sunday. Good morning, my beauties. Good morning. We'll wake you up. Davion with the heartbeat. Davion Andrew the believer. JDM. Should we bring back the first gift challenge? Yes. Woo! Good morning, everybody. Adriana Alava, how are you? Thank you so much for those roses, Adriana. We got the popcorns. Yes, the chatting popcorns this morning. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Marty, how are you, my Marty? Biceps are starting to get bigger now. See those? Look at that right there. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. See that little cut up here? Woo-wee. Ozzy, good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you, Davion, for the popular Adriana Oliver. That's a great name. I love that name. JDM with the ice cream cone. The believer with the heart me. Tenny Flows, Abdel Franklin is over there on the tubes. We're going to show you something here this morning. I think that is going to be a big eye opener for you. A lot of people, viewers today, when I show you this here, you're going to do one of these today. I don't believe them. And then I want you to see what happens tomorrow and then come back. Mr. Dave with the first chatting popcorn. The heartbeat, the popular. Raul is on fire. Good morning. Mato, good morning. Buenos dias. Tint, how are you, Tint? Buenos dias. Good morning. Let's go. We got to get the taps today. All right. We only finished with 65,000 TAPs yesterday. So, everyone, right now, hit those popcorns, hit those TAPs, and then let's get to work. Freddie Marlew. Yes, Freddie. Bias? We don't have a bias. No bias. Let's go. Share that live. Thank you, Raul. Raul is on fire. Mr. Dave with the $1.99 super chat over there on the tubes. Come on, JDM, get that tapper going, my brother. Get that tapper going to the moon. Brian, I love when people come in and they say, "What's the strategy?" There's only one strategy to trade. Do you all realize that? You all think there's all these different strategies. There aren't. 92% of people fail in the market. 92%. Them strategies aren't doing too good. You know what I'm saying? Those strategies aren't too good. Let's go. Stop using a god-darn strategy and learn how to trade. Bob Lester. No, this is not a good setup. The market will be pulling back. Good morning, Ness 5.0. Who is Ness 4, 3, and 2, and 1.0? That is the question. Bump. Bump, 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 bump. Mine is just to wake up. Hello, Quimmy. Yes, my Quimmy. Yes. Good morning, good morning. Are we tapping or are we napping? Let's go. TAP, 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 TAP. We're going to show you right now, Mr. M. My question for you, Mr. M, is why are you trading without knowing that knowledge? Let's go, Abdel Franklin. Abdel, you got to get in the. Are you in the VIP? Tenny Flows with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, my Tenny. I appreciate you. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday. We're going to get this party started. All that we ask that you do is tap the screen throughout the live. TAP, donate when you can. Right now, we have one chatting popcorn off the board. We need 10 more. It helps the ALGO, okay? We ask that you share the live and sit back and let us teach you how to do this thing we love trading. So here's Miss Market. Does anyone know who Miss Market is? Put it in the chat. Abdul with the follow. Thank you, Abdul. Yes, look at it. Facial blaster and carry. Carry? Is that my carry? Yes, it is. Carrie, where the hell have you been? Thank you, Carrie. The spy, correct. Everyone say hello to Carrie. Where the hell are you? Hope you're doing well, dear. This is Miss Market right here. She is the spy. Anytime, my beautiful traders, that we start getting a little too far from that 20 and that 8 starts getting a little too far from that 20, you could look for this. All roads lead back to the 20. All roads, okay? Always remember that. See this? Woo! Woo! What do you think is going to happen here? All roads are going to lead back to the 20, around 651 area. Now we're going to go to the 2-minute. You must know the state of your stock. Without knowing this, you stand zero chance of doing anything profitable in the market. Zero. I'm just going to put this word up here right here. Look, if you don't know the state of what you're trading, every second, you are going to lose in the market every single month. Every month you're going to be red. Who in here is red every month in the market? Be honest. Be honest. Who in here is red every month in the markets? Put me in the chat. Let's see this. You ready? Over there on the tubes, make sure you put it too. Good morning, Harm. Good to see you. Samantha, okay. Quimmy, okay. Vidro, good. No, you have to be honest with yourself. That's the number one thing when it comes to being a trader. You have to admit that you're not good at this. That's the only way you're going to get better. And the reason you don't know what you're doing is because you don't know the state of your stock. Now, VIP members, are you going long on SPY tomorrow? Are you looking any way to the upside on SPY tomorrow? Nope. Ain't going to happen. Ain't gonna happen. You will not make money if you go to the upside in the SPY because of the state of your stock. Look at that thing. Neutral, starting to get a little wide here, everybody. Starting to get a little wide. Now, what happens a lot is you see this neutral state at the open. If you get a gap up, this is called the novice gap. Do you know why? You want to know why that's called the novice gap? The facial blaster with the chatting popcorn. Let's go. Okay, yeah, look at all these people in here who lose every month in YouTube. Wow. Why? Why is this called the novice gap? Because the novices think because you have a gap, you are going long. It will never go long. Not in the novice gap. You are pulling back because of the state of your stock. This 20, that 200 will meet up again tomorrow. Write that down. That 20 and 200 are going to meet up again tomorrow. Now, there are two ways that these two are going to come together. Do we know how these two come together again. There's two ways that these two come together. What are they? Put them in the chat. Come on. Come on. You all are such great traders in here. You should know these answers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Correct, Andrew. By time or price action. Those are the only two ways these two come back together again. Time and price action. Now, if it's time that brings these two together, what happens? What happens in the market if time is going to bring the daddy and the granddaddy back together again? Because you're not doing anything long until that happens. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work. So if it's time, what happens? Bearish divergence. Correct. A lot of waiting. You have to wait for that 200 to climb and catch up to your 20. You know what happens when a stock does that? That's time. When this 200 is climbing slowly to catch up, what is happening in the market? What is happening to all the scalpers out there? They're getting chopped up. You want to know why? Because SPY's going sideways. You are going sideways, waiting, and you are trying to trade, and you are losing. Okay? Now, what if price action brings us back together again? Then you are going to get violence to the downside, and that's what you want. You want price action to bring us back, and that's when we short. That's when we get that volatility. That's where the big boys play. Okay? Then once we get narrow again, then we make our play either to the upside or to the downside. But we don't determine that. We don't try to predict that. See, so many people lose in the market because you think you are going to predict what happens. But only thing you're going to predict is your failure over and over and over and over again. That's what you're doing. You are predicting your failure over and over and over again. So every month when you go back and look at your journal, which you're probably not even doing, you're just going to look at your bank account and you see you lost money. Then the next month, you try to do the same thing again, predicting you look at your bank account at the end of the month and you lost money. And it's this cycle over and over and over and over. Lose, lose, lose until you've had enough. And then Miss Market says what? Bye-bye, bye-bye. And then you become one of these people. The 92%, and it's bye-bye until you calm down and you come back into the market, and then you try to do the same thing over and over again. Because most traders do not know the state of their stock. They don't even know what the hell that means. They have no clue what that means. Does everybody understand this? Does everybody understand what I'm saying to you? This is vital in your trading journey. Or you could sit there and say, I'm not listening to this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Diversions, VWAP, RSI, MACD, VWAP, opening range breakout. How's that working out for you? How's it working out for you? How is that working out for you, everybody? Listen to him, they said. It's sad but true. XV, you will be a believer soon too. Just like everyone else who comes in here and tries to act like the tough guy. You will eventually see that you are not good at trading. What I teach you works, and then you will be right in line with everybody else. So who wants to know the state of their stock? This is a neutral to wide state to the upside. You're not going long, okay? We are not going short under the whip zone. Oh, what's the whip zone? You'll learn that soon, okay? You are going to chop around on this market tomorrow. The market will be choppy at the open tomorrow for about the first 15 to 20 minutes. I could just tell what this price action looks like. I could just tell from the state. Let's go over to Tesla because all the amateurs love Tesla. Here we go on Tesla. We are in a neutral state. Neutral. Nvidia. We are in a narrow state on Nvidia. Yes, that is what we're looking for. That is the golden goose right there, okay? That is the golden goose. The only problem is you're going to have a big whip zone here, so you're going to be choppy at the open, okay? And these are the things you need to know in order to be a good trader. You trade setups. That's all you're doing. Now, let me talk about this. This is very important. Most people are attracted or addicted to the stock market for one reason. And what is that reason? What is that reason? Money. Because you are desperate to make money. All retail traders are basically doing this because they are desperate to make money. Am I right? Or am I wrong? How many of you are desperate here to make money? Put me in the chat. There they come. Me. See? You are desperate to make money. And when we're desperate, we lose money. You think this is just going to be a casino where you're going to come in, throw a long in, and pray and hope, and your wishes are going to come true. You're not. You're going to lose. You're going to lose your money. It's going to be gone within a week. Maybe, if you're lucky, a week. But mostly 2 to 3 days, it'll be gone. Okay? You do not trade for the money. You trade because you love friggin' trading. The money is separate. You have to become addicted to the setup. The setup. You do not trade until you get the setup. If the setup's not there, you don't trade. You don't get impatient and whine like a little bitch and say, I'm just going to get in anyway because I'm sick of waiting. Wah! And lose your money, and then you start crying to everybody. You wait for the setups. Everyone right now, I want you, Mel Parker just said, you just described me to a T. I've been through it, Mel, that's why. I want everyone in here right now to put hashtag setup. Enough with the BS. Enough. If you can't control yourself, you can't do anything. If you are physically unable to control yourself, you're lost. It's over. It's over. How do you expect your kids to believe you? How do you expect your significant other to believe you? Your friends. If you can't keep the promise you make to yourself, you can't keep a promise to anybody. How does that make you feel? You can't make a promise to anybody. When you say you're going to meet somebody, are you on time? No. When you say you're going to call somebody, do you call them? No. How are you going to be a good trader? You can't even keep the promises you make to yourself or to other people. It's over. Quit. I want you to quit. Stop losing your money. Stop losing. You're welcome, everybody. Does that fire you up? Are we fired up and ready to listen now? Well, here we go. PLTR tomorrow, you will be in this neutral state. If we gap down tomorrow on PLTR at the open right there, are you going short? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Let's go. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day, Monday through Sunday. No, we are not going short. Why? Why are we not going short in the first 10 minutes on PLTR to the downside if we open here in this state? Can someone tell me why? Because you are in a bullish neutral state. You are in a bullish neutral state. Why are you trying to go short? When will we go short here? When? When that 20 is near that 200. Then Miss Market says, go! Go! With an event, of course. Okay? Got it? Good. If we open down here, are we going short? No! We are in a bullish neutral state. You are looking that way. We are not looking that way. Okay? We open in a bullish neutral state. We are not going that way. We are going that way. I took that trade, by the way. Do you see it? Why would you short this unless you're a novice? Why would you short that? Well, Voss, we gapped all the way down. It's bleeding out, Voss. It's bleeding out. No, it ain't. This 20 is coming back to that 200. Nothing bleeds out. Nothing goes to the moon. It's a market cycle. It runs the same every day, over and over again. That's it. The only difference is you have no patience. You have no patience. Zero. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Let's see if this 20 gets back to that 200. You think so? Oh, how about that, everybody? Yes, they came back together again. So what do you think tomorrow this is going to do? What do you think it's going to do? This guy's over here talking about liquidity at the top. Loses every day, Lukeman. Get out of here. The only thing you got to know about liquidity is what's in your cup. Powder with the heartbeat. Candy with the heartbeat. Sydney with the goat. You're awesome. The gratitude. Carrie, yes. We got 7 chatting popcorns left on the board. Well, Voss, how do I learn all of this? It's very simple. It's very, very simple. You're going to head over to thevosstrading.com. That is our VIP. That is where I'm going to train you in there to teach you what the hell we're talking about. So for the love of God, you get a blueprint of how to trade correctly, and you stop guessing, you stop being impatient, you stop whining, you stop crying, and you learn. You learn how to trade. And that's where we're going to do it. Right there. If you have any questions about the VIP, please ask any of the VIP members that are already in the chat. They will be happy to answer any questions you have, like, is this guy for real or is he just crazy? VIPers, you can answer that for them. What time frame? It doesn't matter. You could be on the weekly, and all roads lead back to the 20. It doesn't matter what time frame you're on. The weekly, the second time frame, the 2-minute, all roads lead back to the 20. It's the heartbeat of the market. It is the heartbeat of the market. Where is it? There it is. Do we got it? How are we feeling out there? For the love of God, get in there. Stefan says, damn, you really know your stuff. I respect that. Thank you. And Stefan, that's why so many people come in here that hate, because they're so used to people not knowing their stuff. And I get it. I get it, guys. I do. I get it. Trust me, I do. I know you've been in other lives, other Discords. We don't use Discord as a cesspool. We use a real trading education. So when you get there, everything is in the same spot. We don't use Discord. So I get it. You've been burned before. You paid $1,000. You paid $200 a month. We don't charge those fees. We charge $50 a month. That's it. And I'm going to teach you how to trade. And then you could go on your merry way. Okay? I get it that you've been burned. I've been burned too 20 years ago. I get it. Oh, I get it. Trust me. But look at what I'm teaching you and apply it to your past trades. That's the best way I can tell you to do this. What I teach you, go back to your trades, see what state your stock was in, and you're going to see why you lost, okay? Now, as we discussed yesterday, 80% of all traders' losses, 80% of all trading losses are why? Who knows? Here's a revelation that a lot of people are like, oh my God, when they go back and look. Why do 80% of people lose their trades? You lost 30K? Yikes. I lost more than that. 30K, that's it? because you traded against the heartbeat of the market. If you go back and look at all your trades, okay, you traded against that heartbeat 80% of the time. Okay? Go look. You're trying to short. Nope, not going to work. Go back and look, everybody. So I want you to go back and look at the heartbeat of the market. Go back and look at your trades, and 8 out of 10 of your losses will be because you traded against that heartbeat. And we're going to teach you how to trade with the heartbeat of the market. All right? That is that. What are 2 things when you get into a trade, why does it immediately go against you? What are the 2 biggest reasons? Put it in the chat. Cheeto with the finger heart. Cheeto, Angela Believer with the Zanmang. User with the roses. Thank you, Candy and Powder. Guys, let's finish off these popcorns. Finish off those kerns. Because you're dumb? No, you're not dumb. Nobody's dumb. That's not why. Trying to play reversals? Nope. You, all right. Joe C. and Todd, you got half of it. Because you do not know market cycle and you do not know where your support and resistance levels are. Anytime anyone in our VIP who's new takes a loser, I go back and review your trades for you. I got to review some today. And I say, whoop, you just ran into the hourly 20. Whoop, you just ran into a whole number. Whoop, you just ran into the hourly 8. Whoop, you just ran into the 15-minute 20. Whoop, you just ran into the daily 200. Whoop, 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 whoop. Market cycle, support, and resistance. If you don't know the cycle you are in when you make that trade, and you don't know on the higher time frames where the support and resistance levels are, you might as well do this when you enter a trade. Okay, I'm going in now. Ready? Okay. I'm going to hit the button. Can you hit the button for me? Sure. Okay, I'm in the trade. That's what you're doing. That's what the majority of you are doing. You're trading with a blindfold on. Do you realize that? How many of you feel like you trade with a blindfold on? Put me in the chat. How many of you feel like you trade with a blindfold on? Well, in the VIP, we're going to take that blindfold off. All right? I'm marking out XRP here for you. We are going to take that blindfold off for you beautiful traders. All right, XRP to the moon. Well, above 298.89 here on XRP. Boom, you got major resistance right there. Boom, right there. Watch, you'll see. You must get over 299.30 over with a retest for a move higher on XRP. Okay, my beauties? To the downside, you must get under 297.95 with a retest for a move down to 296.38. We'll just leave that there and we'll come back in a little while on XRP. All right, my beautiful traders? Take the blindfold off. And what is the only way you can take the blindfold off, my beauties? What is the only way? Learning how to trade. Ness says, I recently started following you, and trust me, it has been mind-blowing. Thank you for all the knowledge you are giving us. You're welcome, Ness. You're welcome, Ness. Trading Pastor Voss. Yeah, when you're here, hit that follow button on YouTube and TikTok, and I'll be on pretty much every day for you. I've been on every day for about 2 years. And you're going to see what I teach you works. This is the only way that you trade, folks. Stop all the BS, okay? Stop using Weeble. Stop using Thinkorswim. Start using a real platform. Start learning how to trade. You must be in a trade for a minimum 5 minutes to have any consistency as a trader. If you're trying to scalp in, out, in, out, in, out, at the end of the month, you're red. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. It ain't going to work. The only reason you're conforming to this nonsense of scalping is because every time you get into a trade, it immediately goes against you. So you are too afraid to stay into a trade because deep down inside, you realize you have no idea what you're doing. And you know once you get in, you're going to lose. Period. End of story. That's why you're a scalper. Everyone, we're at 34,000 likes. Hit that button. Let's go. We got to get up to 50. Let's go. And then we're going to continue. Okay? Now, the next biggest thing that you must learn, and this is very important. People don't like to hear it. They get very upset. They shut down. Are you ready? You must trade in a simulator. Simulator. You are going to trade the real market, the live data in the simulator. Hashtag simulator in the chat. Hashtag simulator in the chat, everybody. And then I will, and keep tapping. We got to get to 50,000. Let's go. And then we're going to explain this all to you. So don't get all upset. But Voss, I need to make money now. I need to make money now. Well, you're not going to make money. You're going to lose money. So you might as well put on the brakes and listen to what I have to say about the simulator. Because if you don't listen to what I'm about to say, you're going to say, I'll figure it out with my real money. And then in about a month, you're going to come back on here and say, Voss, help me. I just lost all my money. And now you're in a worse position than you were a month ago. Is Voss on a roll today, everybody? Or is Voss on a roll today, everybody? Only Dan with the rose, the heart me. Mooney, Mark, Moon, Cheeto. My wife came up to me right before I went live, and she gave me a beautiful kiss. I mean, like top 10 kiss. You know what I'm saying? And she said, I love you. You're such an amazing human being. Out of the blue. And that's why she married me. Beautiful. She's gorgeous. How did I get her? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. All right. Simulator. What do we know about the simulator? Okay? Couple things. You must be profitable in the simulator for 6 consecutive months in a row. Don't go crazy here, okay? 6 months consecutive with a minimum of 350 trades in this 6 months. So you can't take one trade a month and say, okay, I did it. No. You have to have 350 trades in that 6 months and be green 6 months straight. Who can do it? Who can do it? Who can be 6 months green right now? Interactive brokers, yeah, they're good. Who can do it? Who can do it? Because let me explain something to you, and this is where we really hit home, okay? Because if you can't do it, guess what happens? You lose your money. Think about this now. If you can't do it in the simulator, how are you going to do it in real when you put your real money on the line? Do you think you become automatically a lot smarter because you're using your real money? No. You actually become worse. 6 months in a row. Boom, 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 boom. Minimum 350 trades. Now, we have graduated. Well, it's not really graduation because when you decide when you're going live, I can't. I don't want to hear it when you're going live. Simulator, that's what we do. When we have a lot of people in our VIP who did this, once they learned how to trade, and they're using their live accounts now, okay? We have a lot of them. If you can't do this, then you're not going to make money in the market. It's that simple. So instead of trying every different strategy that you come across on YouTube, why don't you work on being 6 months consecutively straight, 350 trades? That's what you're working on. This is what you're going to spend the bulk of your life doing for the next 6 months, okay? For the next 6 months. If you go into the military, right, you got to go through basic training. If you go to a police academy, you got to go through basic training. They don't just say, here you go, good luck. So that's the same thing when it comes to trading, my beauties. You must learn and be in the academy. Our VIP is your academy. That's what, because if you can't do this, at least you know trading's not for me. I couldn't do it. Not everyone could be a military person. Not everyone could be a cop. Not everyone could be a teacher. Not everyone could be a mechanic. Not everyone can do this or that, right? But the difference with trading and all of those other things, everyone's willing to put the time in to do those other things. They're willing to go to an academy for 6 months. They're willing to go into the Army boot camp for 5 or 6 months. They're willing to go to school to become a teacher, right? You're willing to do that, but when it comes to trading, you're just gambling. You're just hoping for the best. And what's the difference between all of those things and and what we do with trading? What's the difference? What? Because you're desperate and you think this is a fast way to make money. The market is a fast way to lose money. You are going to lose money so fast in the stock market, you're going to be like, whoa, what just happened? How many of you have stared at a screen when you were trading and done this, right? You're in a trade and all of a sudden you go like this. You freeze up. Oh my God, I just lost $10,000. Get me out of this thing. And you can't get out of it. Your blood pressure's up, you're sweating, your whole world, like you're just shocked. How many of you have gone through that? Put me in the chat. I did it yesterday. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you're doing. How do you really, guys and ladies, listen, this is serious business now. How do you honestly think you're going to be good at this if you don't know what you're doing? It's crazy, isn't it? And in our VIP, we put this all into perspective for you. I mean, it becomes like, wow. Okay, it happened for me 10 years ago, and it'll happen for you. Now, with that said, are we ready to put our whip zones in? Are we ready to put the whip zones in? We're going to do a few here. You went against the grain. Yeah, well, you'll live and learn, all right? But everyone thinks they can just come into the market without paying their tuition and they're going to be good. Never going to happen. There is no person on this planet who became a good trader. I'm going to be trade today. Just woke up. Epiphany. I'm going to trade today. I'm going to be great at it. Nobody. What I need everyone to do is we got to finish off these popcorns. We are at 50,000 likes. We got to get to 100,000 likes. Can we finish off these popcorns, my beautiful traders? Am I saying never sell your stocks? No, I'm not saying never sell your stocks. All right, here we go. Google, we are in a neutral bullish state currently for tomorrow, all right? Above 256.69 up, under 254.20 down. You are in a neutral bullish state. We're going to take this one by one. At the open, we open here. Are we going long? This is where we get the good business comes into play. Are we going long here? Yes, you're going long there. You are in a neutral state. You can still go long out of position one. But you got to wrap up your trade once we start getting up here because of the state of your stock, okay? Are we going long here or here out of position 3 or 2? No, because you're in a neutral state. You're not going to have the momentum or the volume to get up there. It is not going to work. You will pull back out of these positions. And that's where a lot of you get jammed up, okay? Now, to the downside, are we going short out of this position at the bell? No, because you are in a bullish state. Why would you go short? Are you going short out of this position or this position? No, you are in a bullish state. You cannot look at shorts at all on Google until that 20 is down to that 200. So you are just going to chop around on Google for the first 15 minutes tomorrow. Let's go over to Nvidia. Nvidia, we are in a narrow state. The problem with Nvidia is that we have a wide whip zone. Anytime we are in these lines, we are going to be choppy. Hence that candle right there, that tail, all right? First 15 minutes, we do not trade when the stock is where, everybody? Thank you, Joe Trovalion, with the chatting popcorn. Hammer those popcorns. Let's go. First 15 minutes, we do not trade inside the whip zone. Once the 15-minute 9:45 comes, you can take your whip zone levels off, okay? Nvidia, if we open here, can we go long at the bell? Yes or no? Or if we open here, can we go long short at the bell? Yes or no? Because we don't know which way we're going. You can draw all the trend lines in America. We don't know what the stock is going to do. We wait for Miss Market to tell us what we're going to do, and we just react to what she's saying. Yes, you could go long or short at the bell off of these levels with an event. And you learn all the events in the VIP. Once again, someone just asked, to get into the VIP, to learn how to actually trade, you are going to go over to the VossTrading.com. VossTrading.com. That's where you go. Link is in the bio as well. Now, on Nvidia, if we open in position 3, are we going long? Oh, are we going long out of position 3 to the upside in a narrow state? Yes or no? I post my trades in the VIP. You cannot trade live because, number one, it is illegal. Number two, you aren't learning anything. You are just relying on another human to give you a signal of when to trade. How's that working out for you all? I am going to teach you how to trade so you know when to get in, you know when to get out, you know how to do risk management, you know state, you know position, you know events, you know support and resistance, you know break of structure, you know cycle out reversal, you know A+ setup, you know double top, you know double bottom. No, we are not going long out of position 3 because only 2 things will occur out of position 3. Number 1, pull back. You got to know your retracement level. Boom. Okay? Number 2, gap and nap, where you are just going to nap and go nowhere. How many of you have been caught into a gap and nap trade because you tried to go long out of position 3 and it just went sideways? How many of you have been caught in a gap and nap? A lot of you that trade Bobo will experience that often. Now, on Nvidia, if we open out of this position, can we go long with an event? Yes or no? You see, folks, we have a game plan. These are high probability setups, what we're telling you. This is called a game plan. This is called knowing how to trade properly. Yes, you can go long there with an event. Yes, you can go there with an event. No, you are not going long there with an event. Got it? Good. Let's head over to Amazon, to the moon. Amazon, what state are we in? Let's see who's paying attention. What state are we in, my beauties? Bearish neutral. Bingo was his name-o. And let's put our whip zone in. Yes. So we are in a bearish neutral state. At the open, can we go long out of this position? Yes, it's on WAP. WAP is our platform. Yep. The number 1 growing educational platform in America. I think they did $1 billion this year. Yes, we can go long there. But wait a minute, Voss. We're in a bearish neutral state. How are we going long? Why are we going long? Anybody? Bueller? Can anyone tell me? Thank you, Alice. I appreciate the follow. Because we're coming off the granddaddy of them all. We are coming off the granddaddy flat of them all. That is power to the upside. Let me show you something, okay? The granddaddy of them all. The granddaddy of them all. The granddaddy of them all. Yes. Do we see the granddaddy of them all? Do we see the granddaddy? Whoa! The granddaddy. Whoa! Whoa! Holy moly, Batman! The granddaddy of them all. I'm going to ask that question again. Are we ready, everybody? Out of this position, in this state, can we go long at the open? Yes. You guys, how I put this together. You see how I train you, folks? There's a reason I do everything. Okay? I know what it takes to learn this. I know what it's going to take for you to learn this. All right? Not sitting here go, well, the opening range breakout, and we get above this pivot line, and we come down on the orb, and then we look at our SRI, all right? RSI, and then we look at our MACD. Right now, this is what your chart looks like. Everyone loves this part of the event. Are we ready? This is what you currently have on your chart. Am I getting close? And then some of you crazy people have Bollinger Bands flying around here. That is what your chart looks like. If that is what your chart looks like, if I opened it right now, put amen in the chat. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. We are on every day. Yes, and the VIP is open. The link is in the bio. $49.99 a month. That is it. If you can't afford $49.90 a month to actually learn how to do this, think about all the money you have lost so far. $49.99 is pretty cheap, I think. Everyone's going, guilty, yes. Well, that's why you are not very good at this thing we call trading. How do you expect to be good with a chart that looks like that? Okay? When you become one of our members and learn how to trade the right way, that is what your chart is going to look like. You're going to, that in itself is going to take 90% of the anxiety away. Okay? Because the reason your chart looks like it was 2 minutes ago is because you start off with the 21 and the 9, and it didn't work. So you scrap that, you put the 20 and the 8 on, that didn't work. Now we're putting VWAP on, which is the biggest scam going in trading. That didn't work. Now we're putting RSI because they told you you need that. That didn't work. Then we put on the MACD. Well, that didn't work. Then they say to you, it's because you didn't have volume. Oh, that didn't work. Folks, you're looking at volume bars. Do you know when those volume bars go up or down? After it's made its move. So what you're doing is you're staring at those volume bars right down here. Let's go. It's moving up. It's moving up. We got volume. I'm getting in. We're going to the moon. No, you're not. You're coming back. Does that sound familiar? We don't even have volume on our chart. You're going to the moon. Look, volume. Ready? Volume. Oh, it's coming now. I'm waiting for the next volume bar to go higher than that one. Now you're up here. And now you're trying to go long. Whammo! Lights out. You're up here again. Whammo! Because you're looking at volume. What are you? Get it off. Jesus. Tom Tay, what's up, baby? Right here. That is the time frame. If we go up, I'll make it a little bigger for you. How's that, Tom Tay? Here we go. Ready? Woo! Look at that, huh? Here's your symbol. Yes. And here is your time frame. See, when we go to the 5, woo! 15, yo! 1 hour, whoa! Now, the next thing I'm going to teach you here. Are we ready? I bet you all trade on one time frame, right? This is it. This is your chart. You got like that 1 minute chart on. You're trying to scalp that 1 minute. I'm going to get rich scalping the 1 minute. I'm going to trade with the 1 minute. We're going to catch every move in the market for the next 8 hours. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Whoop, whoop. You're like a chicken. Up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Hey, up, down, hey, up, down. I will ask you again. How is that working out for you? Oh, we're going to use the 2-minute only. Okay, up, down, up, down. Folks, we're going to teach you how to trade multiple time frames. You were going to have multiple time frames on one screen. What? What? Oh my God, they start to get panicked now. Oh my God. The 5-minute time frame is the one. That is where you're going to make the bulk of your money on, is the 5-minute in your simulator. The 15-minute is the big brother to the 5, and then we're going to have the hourly and the daily on your chart, all on one screen. How about that? And we are going to teach you how to trade on multiple time frames. You are going to do this. Scan back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you are going to become a real trader. Does that sound good, everybody? How could you possibly take a trade on your execution time frame if you don't know what the hell is going on with the big picture? Once again, if you're using one time frame, you are trading like this. Ready? Can you hit the button for me? Yes, go long. But your eyes are closed. That's okay. I'm used to this. How many of you trade with multiple time frames at once? Put me in the chat or no. Me or no. Boy, the bird's eye view. You guys are getting a clinic. Oh, we achieved the goal. Joe Trevelyan. I said it right. Joe Trevelyan. Is that right? Candy. My beautiful Candy with the chatting popcorn. User Candy. Joel. Joel Candy. Thank you so much. Me only because I'm in the VIP. Yes, folks, you're going to get it. When you join the VIP, it's an actual education course. All right. We don't charge you $200 a month. So we all go live together and, okay, you're going to go long here at 235 and lose. Okay. You're going to go short here at 240 and lose. Okay, everybody. You're going to learn how to trade, everybody. I promise you. All right? You silly gooses. You silly gooses. My beauties. You're not ignorant. Don't say that about yourself. Nobody's ignorant. You just don't know how to trade. Folks, let me tell you this. When I was learning how to do this, I was very bad for like 9-10 years, very bad. And I tell the VIPers this all the time. I got to the point where I said to myself that I am so bad at this, why am I going to quit? I got numb to being bad. Why? I mean, I came this far. It's not going to get any worse, right? It's not going to get any worse. It can't get any worse. My grandparents gave me money for school, and I blew it in a week in the market when I was younger. So, it's not going to get any worse. So why am I going to quit now? Now I owe it to them to do better, right? If you quit, you quit. You're just going to try something else, and you're going to quit that too. You just become a chronic quitter. How many of you just quit things over and over? I'm going to try it, and as soon as you get a little pushback, fight or flight, see ya, woo, I'm out of here. Whoa, too hard. Whoa, those mental neurons can't handle this. You just quit over and over and over and over. January 1st, you're starting the gym, you get the new sneakers, you get the new outfit, you're in the gym, you pay like $100 a month, you get the new water bottle, you stroll in there like you're Hercules already, and then by the end of the week, it's over. It's over. Do not become a chronic quitter. Because those of you who have children, they're going to become chronic quitters. And then their children are going to become chronic quitters. And then their children, and you have a family of quitters. We don't want to do that. Thank you for all the follows, everybody. All right? Anything else I can help you with? Put it in the chat. Any questions you have? I'm reading the chat, everybody. Inspiring growth with the GGs. The believer with the goat. Marino with the heart me. What questions? I'm going to answer any questions you have now. Hello, this is Apple. Good to see you. Tomorrow morning, we will do Intel, and we will put all the whip zones and all the support and resistance in place for you, okay? Interested. Let's do it, Alex. Get in the VIP now. Those who have to think about it, you're not committed. You're just not. The 20 and the 200, Ray. Oh, inspiring. Go hamster. Did I say go hamster? What the hell does that thing say? What gift is that? The go hamster, yes. All right. How do you watch key levels? Because you trade on the higher time frames, Lindsay. So when you're trading on the higher time frames, you're going to know immediately, because we're going to teach you how to have them all up at the same time. You're going to say to yourself, okay, I'm about to enter for a long here, right? I'm about to go long on my 5 minute. No, you're not, because there's the pivot. See it? Let me make sure you can see that. All right, that's why you're going to have the higher. You're going to know where your support and resistance is. We're going to teach you all of this, okay? We're going to teach you all of this, right? We're going long here. No, you're not. See this red candle? Boom, right into the pivot. We have to get over the pivot here on the 5 minute with a retest, and then you get your move to the upside. All right, this is the 15. That's why you have to see where you're coming in, all right? Pivot right here. Look, Lindsay, we are not taking this short here, Lindsay. Why? Why aren't we taking that short there? Because if we move this over, let me move this over for you. You're going to know we're going short there. No, you're not, because you got a pivot right there. Where are you going? So if we connect the dots here, right? We do not want to short into this base right here, because whammo, back the other direction you're going to go. And we're going to teach you on the 5 minute. That is the execution time frame on how to take it based off the higher time frame. And that's why you're able to stay in trades for 5, 10, 15 minutes. And that's why you'll be comfortable staying in trades now, because it's going to move up to the upside with some little pullbacks, but you're not going to get freaked out anymore. User, we teach you how to read chart. Everything is in the VIP. If you are a brand new trader, never done this before, we are going to teach you from the ground up. If you've been doing this for a while and you're not that good, we are going to reteach you how to trade properly. If you're pretty good at this, but you want to be better, we're going to teach you how to be better, because you're just missing a few things. All right? We have traders in our community who have never traded before, ever. Any other questions? Bueno dia, amigo. Hello, Yoni. Good to see you, Yoni. Yeah, Harv Dog, it's not that simple. I wish it was, but we'll teach you how to read those properly. Good morning, Meat Daddy. Any other questions we have today on this beautiful Sunday, Football Sunday? You got to get glasses, H. Taylor. You got to get glasses, all right? I use Sterling Trader Pro. Tomorrow morning, we will put all the whip zones in. PLTR, FedEx, anything you want to see, we'll put in tomorrow. Link is in bio, yep. Link is in the bio. What other questions we have, my beauties? My beautiful traders. I bought ARM at the open and lost, even though it went down $1. I bought ARM at the open. When? On Friday? Let's take a look. You bought ARM at the open. Why would you buy ARM at the open on Friday? That is your whip zone. You are in position 1 to the downside in a narrow state. Why are we going long? That would be a short. Why? Does anyone see a long here? You have to get over 148 to go long, my brother. Perfect short, yeah. RGTI. What'd you do on RGTI, my beauties? The 19th. Let's pull this back. This is your whip zone on RGT. If I can get the thing to pop up. That's what she said. I don't know what I just hit here. I have no idea what that is. What is that I just popped up? I just hit a combination of something. I have no idea. Let's get this out of here. There we go. Okay. RGTI. At the open here on Friday, you are in a narrow state. There's the whip zones that we put in place. You are above it with confirmation. You are going long. Remember what I said? Out of this position, long. That position, short. See? Now you must come over and learn how to do this. Look, everybody, look. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We're starting to get wide. Are we going to the moon? No. This must come back to this through time or price action, okay? Remember, time or price action, and we are going to get time out of this. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Time, see? Waiting for that to catch up. While we are waiting for that to catch up, we start to get choppy. Folks, come learn how to trade. Roll call. Are we ready? On it. Davion, Andrew the Believer, JDM, keep tapping. We're almost at 100,000. Adriana, the beautiful Adriana, Mr. Dave, JDM, Mr. Dave, Brian, Carrie, Facial Blaster, Cindy, Cheeto, Marcus, Gratitude, Candy, Powder, Cheeto, Mooney, Moon 6, Mark, how are you, my brother? Only Dan, Michelangelo. Where is Donatello? User King 11, Dom Line, user Inspiring, Marina, user Rome. When was Rome built? And user, thank you for all the donations. Thank you, Tenny Flows and Mr. Dave over there on the tubes for your super chats. I appreciate it. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. Anyone who joined the VIP today, we will get you, as soon as you join, you have access to everything. We will tag you in the VIP chat. We will welcome you with open arms. Come on over. Come learn how to trade. I love you all so much. Learn how to do this, everybody. All right? You can do it. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.